I think now they kind of need to take it to Tornado, because when you play Standard against a team like this, they've trained against this for weeks and weeks, and they have the individual skill and the tactical knowledge, know-how individually to know what they're supposed to do as just one tank to position themselves, but also as a team. They move very well in between each other as a coordinated unit. They don't need that much coordination. They're those kind of players. They can make the move without actually being told. Of course, somebody might be telling we should do this and this, but the players will already be like, yeah, I know, be somewhere in the middle of the move. That's what separates them from the rest. They kind of do. They just, you know, when you see them, it seems so smooth, so in the moment. They always react almost instantly to anything that's happening. You know, you push this side, okay, they've already pushed on the other flank.
Tornado on the attack this time. We'll see whether or not that experience as a unit is going to come off and pay dividends for them here.
Let's find out, though. I mean, Tornado, it is still Himmelsdorf. They still have to attack, but they've already done some early damage on towards positive. This positions here, the more information you give towards the side of Tornado, the more they're going to work with that. This IS-4 position from Meritorious, I've never been a fan of that. That IS-4 there, he's gone down more often than he's made it work. We've seen a lot of teams catch him out during the regular season of the WGL2k17, where teams push 8-line and 5-line at the same time and catch this IS-4. And if you're not in position to counter-push, it's really just a free kill.
And Ding is not in a position to counter-push at all. They've got a lot of those tanks down on the 1-2 line. So if Tornado do push into that 2 flag, it's going to take a long time for Ding to push back and rotate back towards the northern part of the map. Still, Tornado at this point don't seem particularly interested in the 2 flag. They are still holding strong, holding steady in their default setup. They've got control of the hill, so they have that option available to them. They can push down the banana here as well. There's not a huge crossfire there for Ding that is going to punish them when they do cross the banana, but Tornado, as of yet, haven't decided what they want to do here.
Positive gets spotted out again. Diador trying to make a connection, won't find it. And it's going to be Nesqui, I think, spotting him out now. Positive sees server, though, so he gets some information from that position where he is. There's a little bit of gaps in between the buildings, which means you can shoot, but also you can spot, right? From that position, he can spot out the 8-line rotation coming out from Tornado. If they drive those tanks down there, they can spot it, and Hooknick might get a shot or two.
Here comes the push as well from Tornado. Does seem as though they are going to be committing to the banana line. Nesqui leading the charge in the Bat Chat 12 tweet, the baby bat, as we've started naming it. Hasn't been spotted out just yet, and Tornado, it looked like they actually wanted to push down the banana, but it seems as though they may have thought better of it.
But they're just waiting. They want to cross it without taking too much damage. Pushing back Hooknick is the way towards that, you know, that mouse over there. You don't want to take early damage. We saw what happened to Ding when they did. Any shot you give up can cost you in the end. So they're going to try and push back Hooknick from his position. Alien here, the reason why he's not peeking is because he's afraid. They know Diador most likely is going to be on the hill in that E3. Blind shot there on towards Nesqui, though. So, I mean, yeah, but if you want to take damage...
I don't mind that, actually. Yeah. I don't mind Nesqui taking that shot for one of his tier 10 tanks. That's fair enough. Tornado, they've actually managed to cross this quite successfully. As long as they get across this second gap okay, which it does seem as though they will, that's very successful here for Tornado. They've managed to get a lot of map control for very little trade back.
Yep, now comes the question, though, how is Tornado going to deal with that Meritorious situation? A lot of teams try to deal with it with HE, but they don't have that Japanese heavy tank with the big derp that can deliver massive HE blows. Obviously, Mouses have nice HE as well. It's just going to take them longer, and Ding is not going to sit around and wait for that play to come out. You can see them already bunching up in A4, A5. If Tornado starts shooting HE, Ding will move rather quickly towards that corner to make sure to not let Meritorious die. He cannot die in this situation. If Ding lets Meritorious go down, then the round is over. That's why they're pulling back everybody towards that area.
But that's a very, very good early rotation here from Ding. They have not been caught off guard. They're reading the play relatively well here. And again, it's going to come down to the individual fighting from Ding. It's not going to come down to the decision-making right now. It is coming down to those shots that they hit, those shots that they pen. They need to do that better than Tornado, because at the moment, they're in a good position here to potentially be able to pick up a win. They've put themselves in a winnable position. Now it just comes out to the execution.
Here we go. This is Ding pushing up. The SHG being shot. Nuclear might still have another HG. He did. And now Ding will push around the corner. Let's see what damage they can do, though.
Big death ball of tanks coming around the corner here from Ding. Hulknik taking the majority of the damage at the moment, but there is a good spread across those Ding tanks. But, oh dear, Hulknik down to 730. He gets tracked there as well. Repairs it very, very quickly. But I think Ding have maybe sacrificed a little bit too much HP with that push than what they would have wanted, because they have got a lot of tanks very, very low now. Meritorious is a one-shot. Hulknik is a two-shot, and really all they have to show for it is a bit of damage over to Tornado, but Tornado definitely looking much, much more healthier after that one than Ding is.
Yeah, that push from Ding was never really going to work out with those 250Bs in position for Tornado. Could see Hulknik. The issue with pushing across that gap is that you cannot get your guns in front of each other. Like Hulknik was around the corner, nobody was able to shield him. You could see him trying to desperately try to get back around that corner, and that's the issue. You can't fit too many tanks through that gap. Tornado has the better position to focus fire.
One thing I want to mention here at the moment is Breakneck rotating around through the southern part of the map. Unfortunately for him, he's been spotted out, and Griffin seems to be chasing him down, or at least keeping him at bay. So that could have been maybe a winning play here for Ding if Breakneck can get through, but Griffin's going to spot him once more if he decides to cross through that church courtyard and potentially even get some shots into him. Here we go, down on the southern part of the map. There is going to be a bit of a confrontation. Breakneck does get across, only taking one shot worth of damage. Karitz has been dropped down to 375 HP, and Ding, they're floundering at the moment here on Himmelsdorf. Tornado really looking like the better team right now.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of an opportunity here for the side of Ding. Positive is holding down Diador. Needs to be careful because that Diador shot is going to hurt if the Positive peeks too far. But right now, he's just trying to keep him spotted, but the damage comes out. 686. Karitz now peeking out as well, trying to make a shot towards him. But Breakneck is flanking him. In the meantime, Diador should be dead right here, no matter what.
Should be.
Should be, hopefully.
I don't know if he's going to be at the moment. He's still relatively healthy. Griffin gets away scot-free. Shockish missing that shot. Near you crosses as well. Tornado, a very, very fast rotation over to the one flag. And Ding, they're caught in all sorts of trouble right now. They're going to have to rotate across in 30 seconds to get a reset. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to do that. It's going to be down to Shockish.
Doesn't look like it's going to happen. A very, very quick rotation from Tornado Energy. Shockish now in trouble as well. Applewau, he's taking the damage because he wants to shield the cap. 17 seconds left. The tanks from Ding will not get there on time. Those mouses won't make it. And Applewau's just blocking Shockish with his tank.
Shockish can literally not do anything. He cannot push past the IS-4. Now he's taking damage. 5 seconds left on that cap timer. And Ding, I don't believe they're going to get there in time. It doesn't seem as though that's going to be the case. I think that this is going to be the cap out here from Tornado, and it is. It's going to be 5-1 up, the advantage for Tornado at the end of the first 3 maps.
Ding, ever so close, ever so far. I mean, it looks close, but in essence, it's not. That's what you said as well. They seem to be getting close rounds, but at one point they just fall off. Here, yet again, it was close, but not enough.
Yeah, and that's been a very, very interesting first passage of play. I'm sure that our lovely friends on the analyst desk are going to have a lot to say about that, so we'll hand it back over to Ryan.
There, Elfish Guy. Well, this is turning into a bit of a slugfest between these two teams. Any kind of advantage that Ding can bring back into this game, Tornado just slap it down almost instantly.
Yeah, this is been a pretty rocky road for Ding because honestly the coordination between Tornado guys is almost on animal instinct level. I mean, I thought really 1,000,000% this is it, Ding is coming back in a game on a mines, but no, and then Niryu has to have the best streak in a game like that in the end.
Diador in the E3, no surprise to see him absolutely in command on Himmelsdorf. This man is a monster when he's in that tank and on this map, absolutely monster. Now our first map started off on Ghost Town, it ended up being 2-0 to Tornado.